All right. It's always a little bad news after a long weekend. I don't know, something always tends to just happen to go wrong. And what happened to go wrong is that my 60,000 Dogecoin kind of went downwards, right? So it went down like 2 cents, which obviously hits pretty hard. Not the biggest hit yet. This is a pretty typical, I mean, when you're trading crypto and you're doing anything with crypto, it's pretty typical to be down or up, 2 to 3K on random days. I did pick up some BTCM, right? That's actually up right now. HUIZ is surprisingly still up right now too. I've been holding HUIZ for quite a while. It's more than doubled now, and it's still on a very nice upward trend, given the fact that crypto has been on a bullish run. But if it starts to show signs of taking a heavy dip back down, I might actually go ahead and sell. Chinese EDU stocks are always moving, but I want to look at my, where's the crypto stocks? Oh my God, I must have moved this by mistake. UMH list. Let's see. There you go. Perfect. So the crypto stocks should all be looking very weird right now because what happened was, I think around Sunday, Saturday, Sunday, crypto was looking really good, big highs on it, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it all kind of went back down. So wasn't looking so good after that. And today is when, pretty much this morning is when I woke up and saw things pointing down again. So not a good feeling, which indicates that, a lot of these should be opening above the dash line, opening at higher positives, but then as the day goes on, they might start going back down again because crypto is pointing down. I'm looking for Dogecoin to go to at least 40 cents for my next time I sell it. And Litecoin had reached about 232, so I want to see that to keep going towards 300 sometime this week, assuming the bull run continues, right? This is just a healthy pullback for it to be doing this. Nothing insane here. It's not like it went back to normal or anything. Also watching some random penny stocks that have been doing well. So HSTO randomly has, last week it broke all the way to 91 cents. Right now it's pointing up again. I'm going to keep an eye on that, see how that does right now. ADAP I'm actually in my TD Ameritrade. No, actually I'm in on it in webull. And I have a sell order for it to sell it at 7, right? So keeping an eye on that as well. I got in at like 5 something. Let me actually take a look where I got in. I can't really share screen with webull on the browser, but I could show you this much of it. So here we are, like that. So ADAP, I just picked up 10 of it. This is my small account, so it's not like massive funding in here or anything. Picked up 10 of it at 5.9. And I have a sell order ready to sell it at 7. So that's kind of where that's standing right now. EVFM, I've averaged down. It's pointing up. It's been pointing up all, for quite a while. It's doing a really nice thing here where it's kind of finding nice resistance. This, I often refer to this as a key. People refer to this as like triangles and all kinds of things, right? You can draw the triangle like that. It's a triangle pointing towards the right. I see this more as a key, right? Where you're holding the key here. It's got these little indentations on the bottom, but what it's really doing is it's a key that's eventually going to pop up, right? These buyers and sellers are realizing that not too many people are selling. Right? Some people are selling, then people are buying, selling, buying. It's staying stable, so all the sellers will eventually realize they should stop selling and just hold, and more buyers will buy, and then it's going to take off. And in the moment it takes off, as soon as it's above my average, which shouldn't be too hard at this moment, I'll be ready to get this off my load. I want to sell this as soon as I can, but I'd like to sell it at a pretty good high. Like last time when I first heard about this stock, it was on its way to $5. It probably actually did touch 5 and not register. So I'd love to see it make a big move like that. CEI I'm in my little account, still moving up. I picked it up at 71 cents on my little account. It's at 94 roughly now. I have a limit order placed to just sell it at $1 flat if it actually makes it there. So that's what I'm watching for right now. Considering my buying power without tapping into margin, I have 2,310. I could pick some of it up here too, but I have a feeling it might keep me stuck here. So I'm just gonna watch this on this account. Litecoin and Doge. So Litecoin, my average is 205 now. I did end up averaging up because I picked up more as it was making its way towards 230. But now this random dip is kind of interesting because Bitcoin is still holding pretty strong. Bitcoin is holding very strong, which is majority of the reason why like Mara, BTCM, some of these crypto stocks are going to be up, because this is still above 50K. It actually broke through to 52K. And this is the new normalization now. We're at around 52K. This is how everyone else looks. Remember, these cryptos are usually trying to find a chain between each other where, you know, they always move together, but they move together at different prices. And they're always trying to find new prices to kind of settle in with each other at. I just picked up more Litecoin. I scalped 200 Litecoin. I picked back into 100 more. 50 at 231, 50 at 221. So I raised my average quite a bit, but I'm still below what the current price is, and I'm looking forward to this going back to like 240, 250, 300, and so on. Dogecoin, I just picked up a ton more. You can see right here at the 31 and 30 points, which was pretty much the new high, recent highs. And it's come back down to 28 right now. So just keeping an eye on that, keeping that in my pocket. As soon as it goes towards 40 cents, I'll be looking to unload that. Now, as the day goes on, we've got a couple alerts that we sent out already. We did our analysis. We figured out our day trade alerts. And these are some of the things we'll be watching. So time to set up for what we will be watching today. Apple, right, looking super good. It already has been making new all-time highs with the 155.25. We want to see it for puts again, pretty much. All of last week, that's kind of all I did with it, right? Because Apple keeps coming back to its usual all-time high, then spends the rest of the day going back down. And that ends up being a very well-printing put. SPY and QQQ, we really have to see how the power stocks are doing to determine how SPY and QQQ will do. So it'll really depend on that. NEO has been doing really interestingly, but I'm not a personal fan of NEO. It's a great stock if you got into it a long time ago. You just grab and hold it. But at this point, it has days where it's going up, it has days where it's going down, it has days where it's doing both things, and it's not really fun to see that. Not really a fan of that. Microsoft and DOCU, up to you guys if you do ever trade that. I myself will be watching Apple, SPY, and QQQ for today, and possibly J&J. So J&J has this chart right here, where what we're basically seeing is that it has a pretty nice gap to fill, which is a confirmed jump from 175.50 to 177.50. So we have to see if it does break through that, right? So that being said, I'm going to close the ones I'm not trading today. I just have them open to talk about them, like J&J. Adapt I have in my webull account, so I'm going to close that here as well. And we're going to open up what we're actually looking at. CEI doing great, on its way to 96 now. I should make it to $1 very soon, and then I should hear that sell order trigger in my Thinkorswim account. Amazing move by Canberra Energy. Anyone that got in over here pretty much doubled their money, so good for them. Not sure how far this is gonna go, but it's looking really good. Yeah. People are getting in there. On its way to 98. I think it's gonna make it $1 very soon. So that's pretty good to see. I can't wait to see that kind of movement on ABFM. Alright, so J&J, let me see. Starting the day with the dip. Hopefully gonna be moving upwards after that. Oh shit, Apple's actually starting at 150. Wow. I wonder if today's going to be a day where Apple starts breaking through to new all-time highs towards 156. It hasn't done that. Hasn't gone into 156. 155.50 is pretty much the highest registered price we've seen for it. CEI 98. This is great. It's doing it right in front of us. That's some good movement. Let me just check something real quick. SPY and QQQ not really showing much promise right now, but at least it's not a crazy movement up. I'm usually not a fan if SPY and QQQ have like something like this, a big movement up before market, you know, pre-market, because then usually that means the rest of the day is gonna be pretty flat. So they're having, you know, QQQ is looking pretty flat right here. SPY has a tiny bit of a dip over here. These things usually indicate that there's a lot of room for it to just, you know, start running up. And I'll be looking to grab those runs up. Camera energy is just going. This is great. I could see this getting halted. I'm going to get into it just for the fun of it. I mean, we've been watching it since 94 cents. It's already about to approach 98. Let me just grab 100 of it. And see how that goes. We'll just sit on that. I want to see this get halted when the market opens, just for the fun of it. On my small account, I have a limit order set to sell this at $1. I'll leave that there because I was in at 73 cents on my Thinkorswim TD Ameritrade trade, 73 cents. Yep. So once it hits $1, that'll sell there. And I picked that up last week, so that will be considered a day trade on that account, and that should be pretty nice. That leaves me with what to work with today. 2,200. Okay, so I'm just gonna say I have $2,000 to work with today for contracts. With Apple, it's already got a big move up. I would be very surprised to see this making new highs today beyond 155.50. I'm probably gonna be doing puts on that. J&J. What was the note on J&J again? Let me just check that. So breaking above 175.50, there's a gap to fill. So I'm just going to put that note here. So if it does do that, I'll go ahead and grab it. It doesn't look like it will be doing that. So now that we're 15 minutes into the pre-market area, BTCM coming down, HUT coming down, ABVC. I've been averaging these things down. I really want to get rid of them from top down, but my focus has been on EVFM since it shows some positive movement, and then these guys are not too far away from becoming green. I also averaged down charge point when it was showing positive movement. I want to make everything green before I sell it, not let go of anything in red. So SLVO actually pays dividends, so that was the only reason I really grabbed it, but it pays very weird dividends based off of how silver is doing in the market. So not truly a fan. Now looking at all of this, Datadog has been moving positively forever, like holy shit, every day. Look at this. This was such a big jump. Anyone that did a swing on DDOG from September 2nd to September 3rd, just baller movement. Baller movement is reaching all-time highs. I might keep an eye on this. This has been looking too good to just ignore. Ulta, Uber, everyone here so far has started above the dash line, at the dash line. Everyone's looking pretty good. This is looking so far at this moment. I'm surprised to see SPY and QQQ are not that green. Very surprising. They're both pointing down. Hopefully that means they're going to start taking off as soon as the market opens. X is going. Okay, so steel. Square is pointing up. AMD. There's a ton to make money off of AMD again. So I like to have AMD and NVIDIA and SQ, these things open to see how QQQ is going to do. So AMD even now looking pretty decent. We'll have to see what the prices are like. It's been very stable, pretty much waiting to do what we already enjoyed. We enjoyed this period. That was pretty fun. I'm looking for that to happen again. I can imagine this going up today too. I don't think Johnson & Johnson is going to do a run back to 175.50, but if it does, we will join in on that action. Okay, so far, all that's looking pretty good. SEI pointing down, that's fine. Home Depot has also been on really strong movement upwards. Insanity. But what will it do today? Its 1-year high is 340. I'm not sure if it's looking to go back to that 340 again. Let's take a look at our penny stocks real quick while we wait for the remainder of the market to open up. Still waiting for this to hit my limit sell order of just 430. Hopefully that'll happen. Penny had its big jump and then came back down. Catapult also had its jump up, may make further movement today. CST, BBIG we have to keep an eye on. It's ready to pop up again. This is a pretty good price area. Yeah, some big buyers and some big sellers. I can imagine this coming back to 9 today. It shouldn't be too hard. RNXT. Let's see. SNMP is going again, okay. ORPH is at the $5 mark where it's supposed to get pumped from. We'll have to keep an eye on it for any movement. I'm interested to see how AMC is right now. 45, okay, and up. So if AMC is up, check out Clove, also up equally. J&J curling back up. Here it goes. Got 8 more minutes, and looks like the list of things I'll be watching is pretty solidified, so I'm going to shorten this power list now. we will mainly be doing, oh, EVFM, good, good. Please just jump. Just fucking jump. I should probably have a limit order ready here, but I don't think it'll be necessary. Litecoin. Okay, so crypto's trying to make his move up a little bit. Nothing crazy. Apple already pointing down. And looking how SPY and QQQ are pointing down, it looks like down movement is what we're going to be looking for. Things moving this morning, big time pre-market. So I did wake up pre-market to check things out, but I didn't really grab anything. Nothing looked very amusing. Not a fan. Definitely not a fan of slow movers, and also not a fan of something that's moving without any basis. If I don't know why it's moving, I'm not really that inclined to get in there. And why it's moving can be a mix of things. It could be anything that's causing something to move, as long as I know what it is. Right, so RNXT has been on our watch list. It did start moving up, but yeah, let me just check the news shit on it real quick. So RNXT. Oh wow. Clearance for the RenovoCath delivery system for solid tumors. So that's actually that's pretty decent news, but the jump it's showing is not exactly proportional to the news it's had. From $8 to almost $12. I guess it's a pretty decent jump, but not really. But I'm not seeing this really go anywhere. Doesn't look like it's really trying to go anywhere. Way too many big sellers. But the spread is positive. The spread is actually pretty positive. This has room to move up, but it must be facing some resistance somewhere. So that's holding it down. NURO dead and possibly ready. This is again one of those key type triangle things. It might pump any moment, so we keep a watch on it. Root, NNM, FCUV. Okay, support is trying to move up. Let's see if it does any of that. Alright, so we're done with that. We just gotta focus now with our remaining time. HUIZ is actually coming back up again. Why? Crypto is making a very tiny movement up, but I guess it did break past this point. It'd be fun to see a day where we're trading SPY and QQQ and all that stuff, you know, doing options trading, while at the same time watching crypto also booming. That'd be pretty fun. That would be pretty fun. So the fact that HUIZ is taking off, BTCM is going up again, these are signs that there might be a chance crypto is actually about to show some power today. Riot has a pretty good jump up. Mara and Coin not so much for whatever reason. All of these guys are influenced by crypto movement in very strange ways. It's not a 1-to-1 ratio where when crypto goes up, this guy goes up too. Not like that really. Futures being lower is not a good thing either. Yeah. $9 on Neo. Oh wow. So close. Just struggling to hit $1. Interesting. So much green, yet SPY and QQ. Oh, here we go. Now they're turning back. Is Apple moving up? As we approach, yeah. 3 minutes left. We could try riding it up for a little bit and then ride the way down, but if in the next 3 minutes it reaches its 155.50 point, I wouldn't risk buying a call. J&J struggling hard. Holy shit. This dip that J&J is showing may actually end up resulting in maybe trying to watch how J&J does. Oh, I just randomly started pointing up again. Okay. So this is possible. It's possible. Going above 175.50 in the next 2 minutes or so, or we have to see the big movement, right? The majority of the money you make as a day trader with options often tends to be in that first little moment between 9:30 to 10 a.m. Yeah, QQQ looking good. SPY not so much because Apple is pointing up. Let's see. NEO's pointing up too now. One more minute. So I see a lot of green, not so much red. Should be a pretty good day as far as I can tell right now. And what we grab is really going to depend on how things look. SPY has fallen enough. I believe it's time for that call to kick in. QQQ is going. I could wait for a dip before buying, but I don't want to get in right now. See Apple, Datadog. Expensive, expensive. These are not cheap. The AMD call is not cheap. Datadog call is not cheap. J&J didn't go to 175.50 just yet. Home Depot also not cheap. Alright, so what do we buy? What do we buy? SPY is dipping, but QQQ is going. So I'm going to grab this 383 call. I'm going to pick up 10 of it and let that grow. Where do we get in? Where do we get in? 0.26. It's taking so long. Okay, good. CI broke $1. There you go. That's wonderful. I see it now. 101. That's what's up. However, QQQ looks like it started dying back down. SPY is still dying. Apple's falling finally. You might want to grab some Apple puts now. Well, it doesn't really seem to fall that far. 152. I'll wait. This might just curve back up and then fall. I'll wait to grab it up there. Not sure why this is going down, but we'll see. Most of these things are looking all right. CI, I'm not sure where I want to sell this at. I'm gonna say if it hits $1.05, let's just get rid of all of it right here. Maybe if I'm dancing. Spot is going again. Let's see how that looks. Spotify had grand movement over last week. Jesus, took off big today too. Very expensive though. Not truly a fan. I'll pass. I will pass, having had missed the big jumps, right? 1. This entire thing is another jump, 2, 3, and then 4. It's just been jumping for whatever reason. So good for anyone that did get in. I did not. Interesting. QQQ wants to die today. Sad QQQ. It's interesting to see how expensive some of these are looking today after a 3-day weekend. Maybe a pretty lame day of trading, but I am in with my positions. Today, the majority of me is going to be watching SPY for when it starts curling back up, grabbing Q to average down more. All right, so I want to average this down as much as I can and let this grow the rest of the day, because I'm pretty sure it's not going to die all the way. So we'll see how that goes, because everything, I mean, Apple is dipping, yeah, but that's pretty typical. It's at an all-time high, but the others are not looking so bad. And I do want to grab this J&J gap. If it makes it to 175.50, I will watch to see if it's still going, and I'll grab a call to fill the gap from 175.50 to 177.50. So that's the story there. And I think that's about it for today. So thanks a lot for joining, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll keep posting what I do today on the Discord server, and let's hope for the best. Good luck, guys.